What is up there, beautiful people, and welcome to another edition of Just Trending News. So today we're going to be speaking about some sad news, and this is unfortunately in relation to the passing of 5 children from Naledi in Soweto after having consumed some snacks from a Spaza shop, okay? So I saw a tweet about it this morning, but I'm going to be reading from IOL News, okay? So it says, I saw my child turning purple and grey right before my eyes while holding her. By the time she wanted to say something about what happened, it was too late. All I can say is that my child suffered and whatever she had eaten was too much for her. So these are the chilling words of Zinhle Aida Mama's father, Dumisani Masilela, who told the Star on Monday that his daughter was one of the 6 children who allegedly ate poisonous snacks called Brown Dash, reportedly from a local Spaza shop operated by illegal immigrants. Okay, Sunday's tragedy is a further blow to the community of Naledi in Soweto, which is still grappling with the loss of 3 children who died under similar circumstances on October 4th last year. Mpho Rampo, mother of 9-year-old Karabo Rampo, said Karabo returned from church, ate and left. After a while, he came back. I think he had already eaten the snacks. We initially thought he was just tired from playing, only to find out that he had already eaten the snacks. My nephew came to inform me that my child had eaten something poisonous. I rushed there only to find that my child was foaming at the mouth, and we rushed to hospital, but it was too late, she said. So according to the police spokesperson, the police have since opened an inquest docket following the reported deaths on Sunday. The police have opened an inquest docket after 5 kids aged 6 and 9 years old were declared dead at the local Naledi clinic on October 6, 2024. The circumstances at this stage are unknown and pending police investigations. Okay, so this is basically a statement that the police spokesperson said. So I'm going to be reading from a bunch of tweets about the situation on Twitter, because obviously it's been, it has rather sparked a whole lot of debate on Twitter, okay? And one person says, but we cannot blame foreign-owned Spaza shops. Those shops don't manufacture those food items. They buy from manufacturers or from suppliers. We need to go after the manufacturers, not the Spaza shops, okay? To which Dudula News responded to this tweet by saying, there have been videos where people manufacture their own food and drinks. They have their own depots or warehouses where these things are manufactured. Okay, so another person said, why do people continue supporting these terrorist funders? So basically, I just wanted to pause this video over here because I think it's very important for people not to tweet or to speak from a point of privilege. Okay, most people that live in townships have to buy from Spaza shops because 90% of the township economy is currently run by Spaza shops. You see Spaza shops at every single corner. It was different when we were growing up so in the township, because when we were growing up, there were many more Spaza shops that were owned by South African people. But now the township economy is completely overrun by these Spaza shops, okay? So I think it's completely utter madness for someone to say, why do people continue supporting these Spaza shops? As if people actually have a choice. They don't have a choice. They have to buy there because, number one, it's convenient and these Spaza shops are everywhere, okay? So there's another person who said, to think there's black South Africans who believe it's revolutionary and progressive to stand against patriotism. Children are suffering because of stupid and careless adults, okay? So one other person said, we are under attack. Sadly, no one is coming to save us. May their souls rest in peace, okay? And I'm going to read one last tweet. It says, I thought the people of Soweto have closed these foreign-owned Spaza shops. Why are South Africans buying from these Spaza shops? Again, I'm not even going to repeat myself because where else are you going to buy? Where else are you going to buy if you live in a township and most of the shops are Spaza shops? Where else are you going to buy? Okay, so anyways, ladies and gentlemen, obviously I just wanted to say my condolences to the family of the children who are now deceased. I mean, this is an absolute tragedy, and this just speaks as well to the level at which we are having a crisis in South Africa at the moment. I really do agree with that one tweeter who said that South Africa is under attack, and that is personally what I believe. I believe that South Africa is under attack, and I believe that our government is supporting or enforcing it, in my personal opinion, okay? That's in my personal opinion. And the reason why I said this is, if the government of national unity was as progressive as they say that they are, or is as progressive as they say that they are, they would have given the Department of Home Affairs to Minister Gayton McKenzie. I've said this in a previous video of mine that they knew exactly what they were doing when they hired, in my personal opinion, the current incompetent, Minister of Home Affairs. They knew that Gayton McKenzie was actually going to put in the work to completely revamp the Home Affairs Office, and they did not want that to happen because, as we have seen for the past weeks, there's so many white-owned businesses and so many capitalist businesses, restaurants, which have come under fire because they benefit from the cheap labor that comes with having illegal foreigners in our country. How is it possible that in 2024, our children are being fed poisonous snacks by illegal immigrants who have come into the country to completely take over the economy in townships? That is absolutely disgusting, and that is why I say that no one can convince me at this point that the government of national unity is anything but problematic at this point, because if they were as progressive as they think that they are, this problem could have been solved by appointing the man that said he wanted Home Affairs and appointing the man that majority of South Africans believe would have revamped that department, okay? And another thing that I just wanted to say is that this is a message to all illegal foreigners who are in South Africa. I'm not trying to incite violence. I'm not trying to put blame on anyone necessarily, but I just want to say that in every situation where people feel like they are under attack, okay? And this is primarily how civil wars start. This is how conflict wars starts. This is how regional wars start, right? In every situation where people are tolerating abuse and where people feel like they have consistently been under attack, where people feel like their grievances are not met, that situation will eventually turn into a conflict, okay? And that conflict will definitely be dangerous. I want to warn all illegal foreigners in South Africa and all foreigners in South Africa who are not here to benefit South Africans, right? That if you continue to commit crimes in South Africa, if you continue to kill our children, if you continue to traffic, if you continue to sell drugs, if you continue to do all of these things that are anti the progression of South Africa, it will get to a point where South Africans reach a boiling point. And when South Africans reach a boiling point, that will not be pretty. Okay, and I just want to preface this. I want to say this again, that I'm not trying to incite violence, but I'm just trying to state the obvious, because this will happen. If things like this continue to happen, South Africans will get angry enough to a point where violence eventually will erupt. Okay, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to ramble on too much about this. Once again, condolences to the family. May their beautiful, beautiful souls rest in peace. And honestly, I hope that these Spaza shops, especially the ones that are run by illegal foreigners, do get shut down. And I hope that this inquest that the police say that they have opened against, whatever is happening, is actually going to be fruitful. Because one thing that I've come to learn about this country and that I've come to learn about South Africa, most investigations, in my personal opinion, don't go anywhere. We had an entire fraudster just a couple of months ago almost hijacked the Miss South Africa crown. Allegedly. We had her mother allegedly leave the country. We had her father allegedly leave the country. All of this after they found evidence basically that these people committed fraud back in 2001, and we had those people leave the country after they were under investigation, and we haven't heard anything back since they told us that basically these people stole someone else's identity. These people committed fraud. They were allowed to leave the country, and so this is why I'm saying that I hope this inquest does go somewhere, because in my personal opinion, whenever there's an inquest in South Africa or whenever there's an investigation, it's just a shut up. It's just a shut up tool. Shut up to South Africans for now. Something to keep us quiet until the steam eventually blows over. But anyways, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next upload.